The fascination all started working at the bike shop. I had grown up racing BMX and really had little interest in road bikes at all. The longer I was there, I established these really good relationships with our steady customers, and they were really into the tour. I liked them, and they were really into the Tour de France, and they were always talking about European racing, and I just didn't have a clue about any of it. And I wanted to learn more about it. And back then we had no internet or anything, but we had magazines that we'd get at the store. So I started looking at the Winning magazine. Winning magazine was really my gateway into the whole thing. I didn't really know what to think of it all, but I was really taken by some of the photography in the magazine and some of the images of just the hills and like a whole peloton of riders, all the different colors and all the people lining each side of the streets. And then some of the sprint finish pictures, I still have them in my head to this day, and I was maybe 13, 14 years old at the time when I really started getting into it. And it went from just like a curiosity to like an obsession of sorts. I couldn't wait for the new Winning magazine to hit each month so I could kind of see what was happening in Europe and what the racing was, because there really was no coverage of it. It's funny how, like, as a cyclist, when you first start, you hate the climbs. Like, I literally hated climbing for much of the beginning of my cycling. You would dread going up Del Val or Mount Diablo. It was just like, oh God, are we doing that again? That was kind of my approach. But over time, as there's techniques that help. There's just something about it pushes you to a place that you normally don't push yourself, and you don't have to do it, but you do it. And over time you do it because you convince yourself that you like it. And then at some point, I think you actually do like it. Back to the Winning magazine, the climbers are always my heroes. The sprinters are obviously, they get a lot of glory, but the climbers were the heroes. And so I would always look at those climbing stages and fantasize about, I want to go do that one day. I want to go ride that. I want to do the Tour de France. That idea popped into my head. And I never thought like I want to do the Tour de France as a racer. I thought to myself, I want to go the week before the Tour de France and do the Tour de France before everybody, and just kind of do the same course and see if I could do it even, and then from there, with, it's not just the Tour de France, obviously, but the Tour de France was what got me going because of all the chatter with all of our regular customers. But, obviously there's Giro d'Italia, there's the Tour of Flanders and Paris-Roubaix, and there's so many great classic races over there. The more I've read about it, the more it made me want to ride road bikes, and I started transitioning from like a BMX racer into like a newbie road racer. We had this team at the shop, and that fueled it. I helped put the team together and tried to help manage the team as best we could, and so that just only fueled it even more. Here we are, fast forward all these years later. I'm 56 years old. I mean, while I had dreamed about going to Europe and doing all these epic climbs, I also had other dreams in my life, getting married and buying a house and having kids, and all of those things happened. And I'm really thankful that they did. So that European dream just kind of got put on the back page, so to speak, where, I just didn't know if it was ever going to happen. And then just randomly, I run into Bo on a bike ride, and we reconnect, and we rekindle a friendship from back in the day, and then now we're going to Europe. It's incredible. Bo just posted something on his Instagram, 22 weeks, and that like it really hit me, like, oh man, 22 weeks, because we bought the tickets a while back, and I don't know, we've been talking about it for so long, but man, 22 weeks seems like it's right around the corner, and I just can't wait. Obviously looking through the magazines, there are certain places that just really stand out. The Swiss Alps is an area where I've just always been fascinated with in general. The photography, the footage that I've seen from Furka Pass and the Hotel Belvedere, this abandoned hotel that's nestled in between the Switchback. I mean, that's something that I definitely want to I want to ride there. I want to set my bike there. I want to take it all in. It's such an epic, beautiful view, and an iconic place in my mind, and I want to go visit it personally. And then also, some of the other climbs, the Paso de Stelvio, the Gavia. There's a bunch of stuff over there that I just can't wait to see in person and to experience the climb. And then, it's going to give me some context to what I'm actually watching each year now that I watch the tour or some of the other events. You can look at it. I'll be looking at tour stages completely differently after this trip. I think the challenges are going to be really epic too. And we're going to try to get the most out of our trip. The views are just epic all time, starting in the Dolomites, then working through the Swiss Alps, and then down to the Pyrenees. It's going to be a big challenge every day. And, we're thinking that we're going to take rest days, but it's going to be very challenging to not try to hit it all, because, who knows when we're going to get back. Hopefully, maybe if we get back every year, who knows? Maybe this is the only time we go. So we want to make the most of it.